Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Minecraft with John. I think we're going to call this episode Spider Spawner Redux. If you watched last week's episode, you would see this spider spawner. And if you didn't, we'll give you a quick run through. Yeah, we'll say there are a few changes from last week's episode. This staircase was actually one block over, and that opened up that wall in there a little bit. Anyway. So here is the cave spider spawner, and right here we have it cut 8 blocks back from there, and water runs out and stops here, and then we have 8 blocks here, and I have it packed ice. It doesn't have to be packed ice, it just helps them slide a little bit easier. We also have 8 blocks back in here, and it pushes out. So anything that gets out here under this will be pushed over this way. If any spiders get stuck on top of this glass block here, I have the piston to push them off, and then they go make this corner. I kept running into a problem with this one though. After the spiders back up, after they back up down the channel down there, they'll get stuck where it goes around the corner. See how it has to drop down? I don't know if there's another spider coming. Anyway, it goes around this corner, actually drops down a bit and goes back. And I just had to do that for the water. But that causes a problem of where the block where it drops down now, the spiders will climb up and get stuck there. In that little air gap area. Choo, choo. But for the most part, it works pretty good. You can go back here to the air gap from the outside. There's a spider on that. So yeah, that piston would push him off, and then he'd be down here. Anyway, I got this design from a guy or a YouTube page, and it works pretty well. We'll drop down here and kill some of these guys. Right there, just like that. See how he's up? And he needs to be down to go under, but you can kind of hit them through the glass and see how you drop down. So that's the problem I was running into, and what I was looking to fix when I made my second spider spawner thingy. Mob spawner. XP farm, that's what I'm looking for. It's an XP farm. Kill these guys off, and I will go show you the other one. So, I didn't know where another spawner was, but I knew where another abandoned mine shaft was. And I assumed, being that's an abandoned mine shaft, we'll get out of here as quick as I can. I assumed there would be a spider spawner or a zombie spawner or something in it. A cave spider spawner is fine. And we're out. Okay. I'm going to fly most of the way across the center map here. Voice is trying to go out on me. Somewhere over the rainbow, somewhere in this area, is a dungeon with a zombie spawner. I can't remember exactly where it's at. I'll have to find it. It's really near the surface too. It's weird. That'll be it right there. There's random towers around marking things. So this one, and I will plug that hole so the light doesn't come in. There. Now I'll be able to find it in a minute. Huh, there's a slime down here. That's not supposed to happen. everything's working how it should. So I made this room much bigger, as you can see. I am going to drink. Actually, I have it in my inventory. Now we can see really well. So, I saw some stuff online saying, a zombie or a spawner room needs to be 8 by 8 for the most things to come in. And then another guy had his proof about how 10 by 10 is the most efficient because you can get the most stuff, all this. And I just thought, well, why don't I just make it really big and they'll spawn in the area that they spawn in. If they spawn in if the maximum is 10 by 10, if my room is 13 by 13, then I will have the maximum. And so that's roughly what it is. It's 13 by 17, I think. It should be anyway, because these source block of water back here goes 8 down to here, and then there's another 8, so that's 16, and then one block down here, 17. So it's 13 wide, which meant that, and I have source blocks of water from the sides down here. So when the spiders drop off from wherever in the room, if they drop down on this side, they'll be pushed towards the center. If they drop down on this side, they'll be pushed towards the center. And that's what the whole thing is. It puts them in the center. Let me get out here and kill a few of them. This one still needs a lot of work. I have to make it into a little area instead of just a cave. So this one's in the process. Might as well get that XP. My sword has a few enchantments on it, as you can probably tell. These things are getting set on fire. I don't have, in the other one, the first one I showed you, I have a piston right below this that pushes all the little loot or gubbins or whatever you want to call it, pushes all that up to the surface so I can get it. Don't have that here yet. I will. As soon as I kill these spiders, I'll be better able to show how this one works. Okay. So, I have packed ice again. I don't need it. And as you can see, like, the water stops here and it stops here. And then this is its own source block that pushes 8 blocks that way back to where I kill the spiders. So here's some spiders. And you'll see they'll slide down. None of them land perfectly centered, but you see it kind of pushes them in. It takes it a second because a couple of them got there at the same time. That's a problem we run into. Okay, there's one more down. So they're bumping each other. This is boring. Okay, there's another one down. There's another one down. So maybe it could be 3 wide and run back there. Maybe that would be better. It's a work in progress. However, I do have less problems with this one than I do with the other one that I made, showed you just a little bit ago. So while this might still not be perfect, it eliminates the issue of the 90-degree turn in the spider trail. I almost said track and then trail. Ended up trail. But it eliminates one problem. I still have to make this whole thing into like a complex to where it's not just some kind of crazy cave I'm in. That'll be simple enough though. I'll make some tunnels around the edges to be able to get to all of the different viewing ports. I'll make an entrance, and then Everything else that's not needed, I will just wall off. So it'll just be hidden out of sight. Enderman. Enderman don't stand a chance against this sword. Wow, he didn't make it. I am not able to pick that up. Kind of want that. So, short video this week. I think that's gonna be it.